Hey, it's me. If you're here to find out about the Star Atlas Sage gameplay manual, you are in the right spot. Remember, this is a draft manual released in December 22. It will definitely be changing with newer versions or even when Sage goes into DevNet and Mainnet. In the next 13 minutes, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the manual. You might want to slow it down because I'm going to be going very fast. If you want the pure, unfiltered information, the link to the Sage manual is in the description. Let's get to it. Number 1. The Sage Roadmap. The Star Atlas Sage module is split up into different phases, the tech demo through to version 0, which is the P2P economy, through to version 4, which is the high risk and the endgame gameplay. Also where the politician gameplay loop gets highlighted. Lots to discover here about the roadmap, so feel free to pause and have a look, or better yet, read the full manual. Number 2. The Goldne Era. This section is an introduction to the golden era of space exploration. It discusses the current climate of the universe in Sage, industries, terrorists, the Council of Peace, and of course, DAX. Bottom line though, get hyped, shit's about to go down. Number 3. The Map of Galia. Oh yeah, the Sage gameplay is happening on this map, called Galia. You can identify the different factions and the safe zones. Oh, there's no high-risk zone yet, that's in version 4. The default spawning location starts at the Faction Central Space Station, the CSS, which is free. When your fleet gets destroyed, you lose fleet cargo and you'll need repair kits to, you guessed it, repair. The empty spaces are called dark sectors, which is sometimes empty, but later on they could host star systems themselves. There are 56 star systems with a minimum of 3 planets each. Sometimes there are star bases to keep you busy. Some are controlled by the Jorvik, so go get them back. Number 4. Starting out and the Council rank system. You'll have to form a fleet to play. You'll need to allocate points. How do you get points? Level up with XP. How do you get XP? Play the game. Players start out with 3 privilege points, gain 1 point with each subsequent rank, and gain 5 points at every 10th level. Here's the level table. This is how you spend your points. Calculate wisely. Though remember, you can reset for an Atlas fee. To place a certain ship size in Sage, these are the points you need. As you level up, small perks are unlocked, like a T1 claim stake at level 1, access to the medium risk zone at level 5, and changing your default spawn location at level 10. More perks to come. Number 5. Player Onboarding and the CPP. You have to earn your way to playing a large ship, otherwise you'll rule the galaxy early on and we don't want that. That's no fun. This program gives you points for the ships you own so that you can play with smaller ships and earn your way up. Here's the table. Number 6. Risk zones. Security, medium, high risk. It's pretty self-explanatory. Security is the noob zone. Combat and crime are a no-no. Dueling will come later and you can't lose any of your stuff. Nice. Medium is a bit more dicey. Pirates and NPCs will come for you for killing their NPC families and their children. This is what you get, you filthy animal.
What? What the fuck?
Expect PvP, bounty system possible, and you can't destroy your stuff, but you can lose it. You'll need Atlas, of course. High risk is, oh my god, you guessed it, it's high risk.
Well, duh.
You get near the Cataclysm, where weird sentient rocks come after you because you aren't a weird sentient rock. The size will change, no bounties, there is permanent loss of assets, and it's a free-for-all, baby. Number 7. The crew. Your ships have crew. You can't hot swap them like a swingers party. That's in version 3. Things get spicy in version 3, y'all. Till the crews are useful, they'll craft for you. Crew also determines your food consumption. People gotta eat. Number 8. The fleet management system. To form a fleet, you need 3 criteria met. To disband, these 2 criteria need to be met. To undock your fleet, you need to be above 0% HP. Don't try to cheat, please. And of course, you need points in your rank to actually have more fleets available. Number 9. Fleet resource consumption. Players manage their food, fuel, ammo, and toolkits, the R4, during Sage. Each resource has a use, consuming fuel when using a Starpath or warping, and consuming food when extracting resources or in battle. If a fleet runs out of R4 during an expedition, certain gameplay mechanics are imposed, such as the fleet being unable to move or attack in battle. That's pretty bad. The fleet also shares an aggregate fuel tank, ammo magazine, and cargo bay. Toolkits and food are stored in the cargo bay. Fuel and ammo can be transported in the cargo bay but cannot be moved to the fuel tank or magazine while undocked. If a fleet's HP is reduced to 0, the fleet is destroyed and will undergo a respawn timer. Pay Atlas to reduce the respawn timer, and you can select a respawn location if you have it unlocked at a home star system. I mentioned this before, remember? Number 10. Location, Movement, and Starpath Network. The locations of fleets are stored on the blockchain. Opposing fleets must be in the same location to interact with each other. The map of Galia is divided into sectors, and to enter a planet or starbase, a fleet must first travel to the star system sector. Fleets can travel between star systems using the Starpath network or through dark sectors. There are 3 modes of travel. Warp, which is non-Starpath, which travels over several tiles at a cost of fuel per jump and is subject to a cooldown timer. Warp, which is Starpath, travels directly between Starpath endpoints at a reduced cost of fuel and additional fee of Atlas. And the Impulse, which is the adjacent sector, which travels to adjacent sectors at a cost of fuel per movement. Fleets can exist in several locations and states, such as a dark sector, a star system sector, or a starbase CSS, a planet, or even a loading bay. Fleets can also be docked, attacking or defending. Number 11. The Starpath Network. Fleets can use long-range warping to travel between star systems using faction-owned starpaths, which really is a fast travel system. A starpath is only available for use if the player's faction owns both endpoints, which are located in a star system and are constructed using a faction-owned starbase. Only one starbase can be built per star system sector. Traveling via available starpath is more efficient in terms of time and fuel compared to other forms of travel. The fuel cost for a starpath warp depends on the tier of the starbase at the origin node, with travels from a higher tier starbase being cheaper than travel from a lower tier starbase. Number 12. Resources. There's a whole bunch of resources. You get them from these places. Resources have 2 main characteristics that determine their emission rates: hardness and richness. Hardness is how difficult it is to mine. The value is constant regardless of where the resource is located. Richness, how much of it exists in that rock. Systems closer to the cataclysm tend to have a higher richness value. Number 13. Resource extraction. Resource extraction can only take place at planets and asteroid belts. To extract resources from a planet, the faction has to own the local starbase, and the starbase being at a high enough tier to unlock the planet. Click Extract and the fleet loads its cargo with resources according to the extraction rate of the fleet. While extracting, a fleet will consume food based on the number of crew on board. Players can switch to extracting a different resource at any time. When you're finished and you need to go, use fuel to exit the atmosphere. If you don't have any, you're stranded. Send an SOS, I'll come get you.
Help me! Help me! Nick!
If the planet is attacked while you're extracting, make a choice. Look away and continue, or join the battle and lose, or maybe win. Let's face it, someone's not going to attack a hostile planet without a massive force to win. Asteroid belts are similar to planet extraction, just no starbase needed and anyone can extract resources from them. This extraction does not use fuel, but ammo. Unless you got an actual mining ship, which aren't available at the moment. Watch your back, you can get attacked while extracting. Number 14. The player inventory. Inventory consists of the resources and crafted products stored in the localized starbase inventories and fleet inventories. All items bought on the marketplace appear in your inventory at the central space station. Localized resources must be transported back to the CSS to be exported and listed on the galactic marketplace. As starbase is destroyed, locally stored resources may have a percentage burnt. You can probably get some of it back, we'll see. Fleets have inventories, mostly R4 or whatever loot you pick up. Unload it at a starbase. Number 15. Ship selection and performance bonuses. Here's where the juicy stuff is. Pause here to see the different stats and what they actually mean. There are ship bonuses? What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The Tufa and the Chi have the highest rating. Back off, they're mine. When you go up in ship class, you get these stat changes. These are the components and what they actually do. Please note the radar is useless until version 2 or 4. These are the modules and this is what they do. Was that too fast? Too much information?
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
It's okay guys, you got this. Let's move on. Number 16. Starbases and crafting. This section is huge. Starbases have tiers with different stats and bonuses. Level up a starbase to have access to a wider sphere of influence. The higher the tier Starpath you start traveling, the cheaper. The max a base can reach is level 5, but the CSS is level 6. To start a construction, bring all the required resources. Whichever faction brings 51% gets the base. Same thing when it gets destroyed. Whoever does 51% damage gets the base. You need your crew at a starbase to craft. This is what's unlocked to craft at what level. There's modifiers for your crew and what they can craft and how fast. Starbases will need maintenance, just like your ship, or they won't work. Number 17, combat mechanics. Combat is restricted to open space, starbases, planets, and asteroid belts. There's a 5-minute timer for battles. People can join in. If you're the third faction to join, pick a side to fight on. Then when you finish, kill the other winner, like a Chad.
I think I finally found what I was put on this earth to do.
Spare my life, and I will grant you free will.
There's 5 damage types: energy, light, heavy, missile, and bomb. Know that bombs are unique in that they can't do any damage to a ship, so that Bombarella or even the Unibomber is good for planets and bases, but terrible in a fleet battle. When a planet gets to 0 HP, it's now fallen, and resource extraction is heavily impacted. Get it above 25% to get resources back to 100%. Here's some extra notes on combat. Number 18, respawn and rescue. There's a calculation for your respawn timer. It's a function of distance, fleet rescue capacity, and council rank percentage. Bottom line, don't die, otherwise me and my medtech will come get you and it won't be cheap. Number 19, loyalty points and Atlas, the good stuff. Loyalty points are account bound, untradeable. Get them by doing these 4 things. You earn Atlas by having loyalty points. Each faction gets 33% of Atlas emissions, so you get a share of what you did in that epoch. How long's an epoch? We don't know yet. You can use loyalty points in version 0. You want Atlas utility? Here you go. You earn it based on Sage LP accrued via gameplay. Purchase assets with it off the Galactic Marketplace. Reclaim assets lost in the medium risk zone stored in starbases. You can pay for Starpath fees, reallocate privilege points, reduce your respawn timer, and of course in V1 you have it for land claim rent payments. Number 20, the appendix. We're nearly there, guys. Claim stakes, coming in version 1. Long story short, you need a claim stake to be able to extract from planets. They also have tiers, with bonuses and storage. You start with a hub, which is a T1. You pay rent. Don't pay it, you get unstaked. Upgrade the claim to put more buildings on. There's buildings now. What? These are their stats. A hub, a drill, a power plant, refinery, an ARF, a farm, repair facility, defenses, a shield generator, and a space station, baby. Here's some extra notes on the claim stakes, everyone. Remember, everyone gets a free, untradeable T1 claim stake when they first start. Woo! Alright my friends, that's the end of the Sage manual. Of course, it was a brief introduction. If you want the full thing, read the whole manual. Got any questions? Post it in the comment section. Did you like the video? Make sure you give me a like and a subscribe. Did you love it? Donate Atlas to my ARC fund if you loved it. This is my wallet. See you in the metaverse.